Today we're going to seek some inspiration for getting that fall garden in time for a delicious harvest. Hi, my name is Jeremy, and today I want to take you back to the garden to visit with Carl Ashlock again as he shows us what he's been up to over the last 4 weeks. You'll be inspired as you see how already he has an amazing harvest of greens that have come about in the last few weeks. Now, September is the time to get that garden in if you live in Zone 7. So go ahead, watch the video, and see if you don't find some inspiration to get your garden in before it's too late.
Well, good morning, everyone. I'm thanking the Lord for this wonderful rain, and I think I want to share with you some of the success I've been having in planting my fall and my winter garden. I want you to see some of the things that I actually have put in my hoop house here in the last 4 weeks, actually. What's so astounding is how fast things grew into where they are right now. And we have already, in the last 7 days, been reaping from this garden for our meals and our smoothies, and we're enjoying our fall and our winter garden. Now, what's so special about a fall and a winter garden is the fact that it's like a giant refrigerator. All winter long, these vegetables will remain at this stage, and they won't turn to seed, they won't grow any bigger much, and in fact, this is the very finest time in order to grow such high nutrient food like cruciferous vegetables. And so I wanted to show you just how easy it is if you buy a few plants from Lowe's, and it's not even too late right now. We're toward the middle of September, and if we have a late frost in October, even if your garden is outside, you can probably, if you get a few kale plants, a few Swiss chard plants, some lettuce, you can still plant if you have some small grow boxes that you could do this in. And you would have them all winter long. It's a wonderful thing to have fresh garden vegetables in the wintertime. So I wanted to show you what we're growing here. We have here Savoy cabbage, we have collards here, we have rape there, that's a southern collard, and we have kale, which of course is becoming quite classic as one of the most nutritious of all vegetables. Over here we have Swiss chard, and that's the red Swiss chard, which is very rich and nutrient value. And then we have other types of collards. We have here broccoli, and as we back up here, you'll notice that we have radishes growing. I like radishes. Radishes can actually be ready to eat in as small a time as 4 weeks. So it's not too late if you wanted to get in some of these nice things for your fall and for your winter. And today I want to show you, if we can just come forward a little bit, I want to show you how I'm already beginning to prepare for my tomato plants next year. Last year I planted all my tomatoes in this grow box over here. But I'm not going to be planting in the same space because it's very important not to grow tomatoes in the same space 2 years in a row. That's because of the viral diseases like the blights and other fungal diseases that tomatoes seem to have more now than at any other time. And those viral spores remain in the soil where you planted your tomatoes, so you need to plant them in a different place. And so I'll be planting my tomatoes in this space this next year, And I want to just point out something kind of interesting, what I'm planting that might be helpful to you. I'm going to plant my tomatoes over on this side of this box because the sun comes in this way, and they'll receive the full benefit of the sun, and therefore they'll have optimum success. Then on the shady side over here, I will be planting good companion plants for the tomato plants that help do a variety of things. They help ward off certain insects that are harmful to tomatoes, like the hornworm. Dill is especially helpful for that. And so I'll be planting dill on this side. I'll be planting shade-loving things like lettuce, onions, other things here. I'll even have garlic planted here. And by the way, now's the time to plant garlic. You may not have time to order garlic, your garlic plants, but if you choose some garlic in the food store, be sure and look to see if at the tip there's a little green growth, because sometimes they spray it with a retardant that keeps it from sprouting. And if it has a little green tip, it means that it seems to be opening up, and you can use that. And it's very simple to grow. In fact, you can find the simple way to grow it over some of the tutorials on YouTube. Now I want to show you a typical hole that I'm preparing already for my tomatoes for next year. I've dug this hole, and it's about 14 inches across in diameter, and in the center down at the bottom I took my post hole digger and dug another 5 or 6 inches, because what I want is when I plant my tomato plant, I want to sink it down as deep as I can so that it will have a long stem growth of roots. And this provides enough nutrient surface for a very healthy tomato plant. And I plan on going ahead and digging that and putting in the bottom some of the type of nutrient fertilizer that I will show you just a little later. I just wanted to show you how exciting it is to watch God grow things like He has in this garden. And my wife and I have a lot of enjoyment out here just picking a few vegetables for our meals.
Well, I hope you found some inspiration, and I hope you can get your garden in before the end of September, as that's the best time to try to still get a harvest before the extreme cold sets in. Now, if you found today's presentation helpful, please consider subscribing and hit that bell if you'd like to be notified of future episodes. Also, give us your feedback. If you have any comments or questions, we'll see what we can do to answer them. And please join us next time as together we explore greener pastures.